for my friends old and new for coming here tonight. There were two versions of the invitation, but I hope you all got the one that says attire revealing. When Ayesha first suggested the dress code for tonight, revealing attire, I was wondering which part of my body I should reveal. Should it be my legs? Should it be my midriff? Or something else. I'm not wearing a bra, but
You revealed it, yeah.
Yes. But I thought that since you all come here tonight to see, to most of you who I'm a stranger, to thank you for coming here tonight. The best thing I can reveal tonight is my heart. And so I want to talk about something which makes me nervous because I've never actually talked about this in public before. This is the first time. The title of my book is The Giving Way to Happiness: True Stories and Science Behind the Life-Changing Power of Giving. I have to admit that in the weeks before the book came out in hardcover, it's coming out in paperback, but when it came out and when it was about to come out in hardcover, I got very nervous and insecure because I asked myself, what right did I have to write a book about happiness when I've struggled with my own happiness for so long? When I was a child in school, when I was in grade school, I remember I had a calendar on my wall where there were X marks. X marks as though I were a prisoner trying to get out. But I wasn't really counting down to anything, not a birthday, not Christmas, not summer vacation. I just wanted the days to go by. I just want the days to end. And this is my earliest memory of my depression. And when I was 21, I was properly diagnosed with clinical depression, which is something that, a lot of us here are from the Philippines. We simply don't talk about this. And I hope you don't look at me now like I'm a crazy person, because I wrote a book. But the reason why I'm coming out with this, well, I'm not gay, but I'm coming out, is because I really believe, and I really discovered along the way, that one of the best cures for this sadness, for this lingering sadness that I encountered throughout my life, is helping others. It really works, and I just want you to give it a try. So I'd like to read with you some passages from this book. It's actually from the final section of this book. Don't worry, it's not so sad anymore, so just chill out. So, up to this point, I have been talking about how giving is so good for the giver. In his best-selling book, Give and Take, Adam Grant writes about why giving in a business context leads to career success, and why some people who give burn out, while others are on fire. Some givers end up being exploited by takers and never see the rewards of their efforts. The same holds true in the philanthropy space. The reality is that giving doesn't always feel good. Donors get disenchanted, charity work is sometimes cheerless, and many nonprofit workers burn out. And getting asked for money all the time, all these fundraisers get annoying. It has been said that by making others poor, we become rich. But sometimes I just really want my money back. And the fact is that as much as the world of giving makes me tick, there is about as much about it that ticks me off. And here are some issues regarding giving that causes exasperation, annoyance, anger, frustration, disappointment, and fatigue in varying degrees. Giving without getting thanks, caregiving, lending money to friends and family, giving to the Donald Trump campaign, giving after being shamed into it, or giving to avoid public humiliation rather than out of sheer generosity and concern. And passive giving, where you just drop money in a bucket and end it there without making an effort to learn more about the beneficiaries of your gifts, or follow through by volunteering your time to the cause. You're unlikely to feel the joy of your generosity. Giving to someone you hardly know, or writing a check after being forced to watch poverty porn. You know, it's like all these images of poor, starving children that we become desensitized to. I'm absolutely not discouraging people from giving to good causes just because they don't cheer us up. If we gave only to get something back each and every time, what a dreadful, opportunistic world this would be. Neither am I saying that we should not be part of the solution to intractable problems such as poverty, climate change, incurable diseases. We clearly should. But there are things we will and should do out of obligation, sympathy, and a sense of responsibility. But then again, there are ways to give that not only make a difference in the lives of others, but also give us real joy. There is a sweet spot where generosity feels organic and gives everyone the warm fuzzies. This begs the question, how can we give in a way that leads to happiness and fulfillment? For the answer, just read my book. I'd like to close with a quote from Tom Preston, who, along with dozens, really hundreds of people I interviewed in the course of writing this book, shared with me how can you give in such a way that makes you happy. You know, this book is really about the 5 things that giving does to the giver. It's about finding your purpose through giving, finding a career that is your calling and not just a job, recovering from very painful experiences in life, such as what I shared about my own experience, finding love, meeting new friends, like what is happening here in the room, and you know how I met Ayesha and Catherine is because we're all the philanthropy world, right? And finally, about finding meaning beyond material wealth. So I'd like to close with this quote from Tom Preston. He was the founder of MTV and now the chairman of the One campaign. When you give, one door opens to 10 other doors. It's made my circle of friends and acquaintances much more diverse and interesting. And you keep going down that path and you find more good things to do, and more good things will happen to you in return. It's easier than you think. It's easier than you think to find something small, and you might find it more satisfying than anything. It's not going to require a lot of money that you put up. It's not going to require a lot of time, but it's going to make your life more interesting. It's going to make you feel more capable. It's going to allow you to meet a lot of other interesting people, and things begin to happen to you that you could not have imagined at the start of it. So give it a go. You don't really have much to lose. So today, while we're here, I encourage you to look around the room and meet people. You know, we're all together here in the spirit of giving. You've all been invited here because you are givers in one way or another. And I'm so lucky to meet all of you. I mean, I've met a lot of you simply because I'm in the philanthropy world, and I'm so lucky to have made very good friends. I've met even my pop idol I met because of philanthropy. It's just an honor, and I really hope that you mingle, make new friends tonight. Everyone here is very generous at heart, and I'm very glad that you're all here. Thank you.